Hey, it's Doug
and Nikki, photographers with a passion for travel and adventure.
This series of videos is about our own personal Peruvian adventure.
And we're going to show and tell you everything you need to know to make your Peruvian experience an amazing one. Welcome to our channel. Thanks for joining us. Today we're going to talk about Machu Picchu and everything you need to know prior to getting there and once you're there. So let's go through all of the tips. Tip number 1, buy your tickets in advance. There are only a certain allotment of tickets to Machu Picchu each day. There are 2 sessions, a morning session from 6 a.m. till noon, and then there's an afternoon session from 12 till 5:30. And each of those sessions only allow a certain number of people in for each time slot.
Not something everybody should do or wants to do or can do. I did buy 2 entrance tickets to Machu Picchu. I bought today at 12 o'clock because there was only 2 entrance times, and I also bought tickets for tomorrow's entrance at 6 a.m. So I did that in order to make sure, because I heard that the weather can be pretty bad up there and sometimes the clouds cover Machu Picchu itself for long periods of time, that you don't get clearings in the clouds, so that it kind of wrecks your experience. So I thought, I am not coming all this way and not seeing Machu Picchu, which is why we stayed overnight, so that when we arrived today, we could go to Machu Picchu, see what happens, and then if it did not go well, we had tomorrow morning. We decided while we were up there, I don't think there's an ounce more that we could see, so we are not going to use tomorrow's ticket. I would say this has been a complete and utter success, and we are very happy.
Some people advise a couple months in advance. If you can book 3 to 6 months in advance, that's definitely advisable. Get those tickets early. Tip number 2. Buy your bus tickets in advance. While there is a bus station in Machu Picchu Pueblo that you can buy your tickets the night before, the day before, it definitely adds a little bit extra work for you. While it's not the end of the world and you can do that, and if it's your only option, do that, but it makes it easier if you're arriving for a day tour to Machu Picchu and you just want to go to the bus and hop on, you have your tickets with you. Definitely a lot easier than having to worry about going to buy a bus ticket, then getting in line for the bus. So make sure you buy your bus tickets early. Tip number 3. So when you're buying your tickets in advance to Machu Picchu entrance, you also want to buy tickets to Huayna Picchu and Machu Picchu Mountain if you desire to trek either or both of those mountains, though I do not believe you can do both of those in one day. If you want to do those hikes, both of those mountains require separate entrance tickets, and there are even more limited number of people that are allowed into those mountains to climb the trek each day, and a very limited time slot. So you have to buy those tickets extra early. Tip number 4. There is tremendous lines to get up to Machu Picchu. Now for the morning session,
you actually have to line up at 4 a.m. We spoke to the guide, we spoke to our hotel concierge, and everybody had said you should be outside by 4:30 in line, waiting to get on the first buses.
The line goes all the way up one of the streets. You can wait for 2 hours to get on the first bus if you want to arrive at Machu Picchu when it opens at 6 a.m. For the afternoon session, something we did not encounter, we only waited 10 minutes. You could be in line for another 2 hours. If you want to be there by noon, again, it's a half an hour bus ride, so you want to be in line prior to 11:30. The same is true for coming down the mountain. When we arrived, there was a huge line of people waiting to get back on buses in order to come back down the mountain. We were lucky because it was a rainy day and all of the people had disappeared when it started to downpour. So by the time we left, it was like 4 o'clock. There was nobody. I mean, there was probably 20 people in line to get on a bus, which is nothing. It took us all of 5 or 10 minutes to get on the bus. Most people will wait an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours to come back down the mountain. When it closes at 5:30, if you leave then, you will not get back down the mountain. They will keep having buses come along so that everybody gets back down to Aguas Calientes. Tip number 5, wear practical, comfortable sneakers, shoes, boots, hiking boots, anything that you're going to be able to maneuver around, slippery rocks if it's wet, lots of irregular stone steps that you will see all over Machu Picchu. And I'm telling you, when it rains there, it's a downpour. You'll see the steps are slippery. There's tons of water running down the steps. So, you know, you want to make sure that you have some traction on them. And also, if you're able to wear some waterproof shoes or some water resistant boots, that's even better. Tip number 6. This is again a pre-preparation. Come prepared for rain. As we encountered, it was an absolute downpour.
All of a sudden the sky opened up probably half an hour in and it started to downpour. So we had this North Face jacket which is completely and utterly waterproof. I would have been happy if I had my hood on, but whatever. And Doug has his waterproof Under Armour jacket.
We did not have umbrellas, but they do allow umbrellas.
And one of the biggest things is our backpack. So mine, I actually have this waterproof backpack that I have taken everywhere. Doug got this new Vanguard bag, Ultra Sky 50. It comes with a waterproof cover, both awesome choices. The little plastic rain covers, people had those. You can put them in your bags and have those. We also have these cool rain covers for our regular cameras. We had lots of people stop and ask what they were because they had wished that they had those because they had their cameras put away. They weren't able to take pictures and stuff.
We were well prepared for rain and also come prepared for sun, heat, humidity.
When we went up there, we didn't have our rain jackets on yet. It was quite humid. We put on our bug spray and stuff. We have like bug wipes, so we put those on.
You want to come with sunscreen and bug spray, and make sure you have DEET in that bug spray because those bugs and mosquitoes are relentless. Don't wear shorts. Shorts are not practical at Machu Picchu. Exposing bare legs to the mosquitoes there is not advisable. Wear some long pants, wear long sleeves if you can, or lather up with lots and lots of DEET. Also have a hat because there is really nowhere to hide from the sun. There's a couple little places you will see that have thatched roofs that you can hide from the sun or the rain under, but you want to make sure that you are prepared to stay out there for long periods of time.
Be prepared for the weather. Be prepared for the weather.
Tip number 7, bring water. You are allowed to bring bottles of water into Machu Picchu, and the amount of time that you're in there and the going up and down the stairs and hills and everything, you will definitely want water. So bring that with you. If you're bringing a snack in your backpack, make sure you take your garbage with you and do not leave it there. Tip number 8, you will need a guide to enter Machu Picchu on your first entrance. If you don't have a guide already booked, as we did, who met us at the train station in Machu Picchu, you can hire a licensed guide for the day at the entrance of Machu Picchu. Now, nobody did check if we had a guide or if we didn't have a guide. However, I can't see why you wouldn't want one on the first time that you enter Machu Picchu, as it is so overwhelming and there's so much to learn, and the guide can tell you so many things and also kind of take you in different areas. While there is lots of signs that show, you know, an arrow go this way, it's not overly obvious, so a guide definitely can, you know, kind of take you through areas quicker and you're not going to miss anything. Tip number 9, now that you're at the entrance of Machu Picchu, there are no bathrooms, none, zippo, 0 bathrooms once you pass the entrance to Machu Picchu. So if you need to use the facilities, and it's advisable you do, use them prior to going into Machu Picchu. There's a little snack bar restaurant area that the bathrooms are on the lower level there. You'll need 1 soul. The main point of this is that you are not allowed to go into Machu Picchu and come back out however many times you want. They do allow you to exit and enter one time in order to use the bathroom or get a snack. But honestly, when you see the video of what it takes walking through Machu Picchu and coming back and how long it takes, you're not gonna get halfway through and say, I'm gonna use the bathroom and come back in. So use the restrooms and just prepare to be in there and then leave when you're needing to leave. Tip number 10. In the same building right next to the entrance of the bathroom, you will find the locker storage area. So any large bags that you have or any tripods, anything that they don't allow, check them and pay to have them put in a locker prior to getting to the entrance so that you are not getting there and then they're going to refuse your entrance because you have things that are not permitted. Tip number 11. Make sure you have your passport with your entrance ticket to Machu Picchu, as they will check both when you go to check in. So when you get to the entrance, you're not fumbling around with your bags and holding everybody up behind you trying to find your passport. Have it out, ready to go. Once you get in, put it away. And tip number 12. Have your passport out and ready so when you're exiting, you can get that stamp in your passport that says Machu Picchu. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this video was informative for you in your preparation for your visit to Machu Picchu. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell below so you get regular updates on when we post a new video.